You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like anytime that you get an opening. Now granted, he let that shit go. Let's say he let that shit go. And the devil knocked on his door one morning like, boy, I know where he at.
Mm.
He only had so much time to react. If it's true, he only had so much time. Should I give him a pass or no? Shit, nigga, that's the first time you didn't heard, you know where he at. And it ain't no show, it ain't no 100 people around, it ain't no, you know what I mean?
And that's like a gut check time, right? Where like people probably looking at you to see if like you are who you probably says you are.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, nigga, do you sit or do you stand when you piss, nigga? Like in the streets, like as a man, you look at it different. But in the streets, I know how we looking at it. But like as a civilian and a man, it's like shit. You know what I mean? You wouldn't let that shit go a little bit. You know what I mean?
Do you believe that also? Like you see, Durk had, Durk had some of the lyrics that people love. Be like, yo, if you can't get the main nigga, you better get his man's or whatever it is. You get what I mean? And
Yeah.
Durk basically, now he talked that talk pretty good. Do you believe that there's a possibility that maybe like, man, that's even more pressure because everybody around you is like, nigga, we know what you rap about. This gonna be if we know what you stand about, and how could you say no, and can you say no? Basically saying, yo, bro, I'm in a position I can't do that right now. How does that work?
That's what I'm like. I mean, of course he did not do it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He didn't do it, but
Yeah,
I can see.
yeah. We're
I
trying
can
to
see
extrapolate off of Durk.
I can see myself facing that
Yeah.
same situation. I can
What
see
would you do?
myself facing that same situation and having to make a hard decision, bro. And I don't know if I would have made the right decision, knowing. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I would have made the right decision, the same decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's just like the hurt. That, like, you got to think somebody's scoring if it's true.
Mm. Yeah,
But I feel like he was, hopefully, hopefully that they got him fucked up and it wasn't no wiretap or nothing. And they just, like, you know what I mean? Putting his name in the middle of that shit. And you know what I mean?
yeah,
He didn't.
I think the Feds is a scary, scary place. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a thought of mine. There's a thought of mine that says when the Feds unseal this indictment, they're gonna have every attempt on Quando Rondo's life, which there was supposedly like 3 or 4 before. They might have
Oh, man.
they might have FBG cash. They might have other situations. They might bring that Atlanta joint back that he was co-defendants with Vaughn.
Wait, this is the indictment still?
What, you got to remember, they gave a complaint. The complaint is more to lock him up. The complaint doesn't have the info on what they believe Durk did. Right? Like it says certain shit, but
You're right.
so
Cause that paperwork. I never been to the Fed, so I just didn't know they format of how they do paperwork. Cause I was looking for like the statements and the interrogations
no
and
no
all
so
that. It's
so the
like
indictment
that was just the warrant.
yeah, so the indictment has it. So once again, I'll tell y'all what so the easiest way for me to explain to you is this, right? Yo, if you driving right now in Cali, they pull you over. I don't know if well we isn't illegal, but say whatever. They look in the back seat, they see something that resembles a gun, right? Weapons are pretty much illegal. Say they run your file, they know you don't got no concealed carry. They're gonna say I got probable cause to go search the car, or even say they know something is up and they bring a dog sniffer to sniff the car. They feel like something's there,
The weed.
right?
Yeah.
And let's say it's coke. Let's say it's coke. All right, now they search the car. There's coke there. That's a heavy charge. They don't need to grand jury you. What happens is that how you get charged is that cop does a complaint and that complaint gets picked up by the DA as a felony. They go beyond. They actually skip the grand jury. Now for
Yeah.
now for things like murder and stuff like that, even if there's a complaint, they'll lock you up. But just cross their T's and dot their I's, they'll send it back to a grand jury or have a grand jury do it. But in for regular shit with cops, not in federal court, a cop doing a complaint is how you get arrested for 95% of the things.
Yeah.
In federal court don't have a bunch of DEA. Like, if you running around and you met like a DEA agent, an FBI agent, you're doing something wrong. You're not gonna see these people. Like, they don't have even the resources just to be at every stop sign or on every road. So what they do is,
go ahead.
Yeah. So what they do is they do investigations, and when they do investigations, they bring it to a grand jury without you even knowing. So the majority of how federally you get indicted is through a grand jury. The reason why they locked up Durk through a complaint, which usually some state shit, or like how states do it, where a cop pulls you over and he smells some stuff or he sees something and then he locks you up. The reason why the feds did it is because they thought Durk was gonna run. So the mere fact they locked him up is because they know they're cooking up a grand jury indictment. And that indictment, I think, is not only going to have this murder for hire, it's going to be a superseding indictment. It might be racketeering, or it might have other murders and other attempted murders. And that's going to be the big bang. So, like, in a week or 2 weeks from now, I don't know how long it's going to take for him to get to Cali. When that indictment is unsealed, we're going to see some shit we've never seen before. They're going to link him to shit. Trust me, that's going to be the big one. Because right now, this was just to get him locked up. They ain't tell everything they really think he did.
His mama